What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, well, damn, subscribe to the channel, alright? Now, we all know that when we signed Patrick Graham on as our new defensive coordinator and hearing that he runs a 4-2-5, a 3-4 defense, obviously we're talking about multiple safeties being on the field, which is a little different than what Gus Bradley was doing when we were in a lot of single high safety looks. So everybody was wondering, what's the role of Johnathan Abram going to be? Is he going to be a linebacker? Is he going to be more of a box safety? What is Johnathan Abram's role going to be? Now, when you saw that we didn't pick up his option, everybody's assuming that there's no role for Johnathan Abram. And I'm here to tell you that it's probably a little different than that. I've always been on the record saying Johnathan Abram is a talented player. I've also said that he's had his flaws as a defensive player. But as a defensive coach, it is important for the coach to know the flaws of the players, know the weakest links of your defense, and make sure to keep them in positions and opportunities to be successful. And I feel like Gus Bradley didn't do that because time and time again, he had Johnathan Abram back there in coverage in a situation that he wasn't prepared for. Whatever the case may be, he did not seem like he knew what was going on when he was back there in coverage. So, fast forward now to present date and time, Johnathan Abram's not going to play, right? Johnathan Abram sucks in coverage, so he's not going to be able to play in Patrick Graham's system. Well, rumor has it that in OTAs and a lot of practices, Johnathan Abram is taking most of the first team reps at the second safety position. And when you talk about the second safety position, because we all know the first position of safety is going to be free safety, second-year guy, Trevon Moehrig, who obviously everybody knows that I'm a huge supporter of Trevon Moehrig. Trevon Moehrig is probably top 2 of my favorite Raiders on the team right now. And just because I thought he was a stud coming out of college, and the fact that we would give him the second round is just nostalgic for me, right? I think the best thing that ever happened to Johnathan Abram is to have Trevon Moehrig, not just as a teammate, but as a friend. It seems like they have a pretty close bond, and when you have a bond with somebody that plays the same position as you, or you're in the same backfield, whether it's running back, the offensive backfield or defensive backfield, I should say, you guys spend a lot of time with each other, and you get a bond, and it's not about always the X's and O's. Sometimes it's the Jimmy and Joes, right? Sometimes it's the players you have. And I feel like him having a relationship with Trevon Moehrig, being friends and playing the same position, I think the information will likely come from Trevon Moehrig in a way where Abram is able to accept it, acknowledge it, and apply it might be different than it was for him to get that information from whoever was coaching him last year. And sometimes when you have a player like Trevon Moehrig, who is obviously super smart, super intelligent, has a very high football IQ, it is not going to be that hard for him to be able to translate information from the coaching staff to the players on the field. And Johnathan Abram being one of his best friends on the team, at least from the way it looks, I don't know them personally, I think that's the great thing for Johnathan Abram, because he's going to have a guy who he trusts and has a bond with, who can relay information and say, look, this is how it needs to be done. This is what the coach is meaning when he says it this way. And as players, you need that. You always need football players who can be an extension of the coaches. And I think that Derek Carr is an extension of the coach, whoever's been his coach, and he's able to get the information to the offense. I feel like our defense has not always had that extension from the defensive coordinator. Like Max Crosby is the defensive end. It's kind of hard for him to be an extension of the coach if he's only playing on the line. Usually your extension is either a linebacker or somebody in the secondary who has everything in front of them and they can help make the adjustments that the coach wants. So I think the best thing that happened to Johnathan Abram is being playing side by side with Trevon Moehrig, someone who he's a friend with, because I think that information gets spread within each other in a way where sometimes it relates a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to digest than if you get it from your coach on the sideline. So I think Johnathan Abram is going to have a big role in this defense. I think he's talented enough to do that. It's just a matter of minimizing those mistakes that he made, especially in coverage. We all know he's great around the line of scrimmage. We all know that he's a missile, and I think that he came in with the idea from John Gruden that he was going to have to smash everybody and knock snot out of everybody that came across the middle. I don't think that necessarily is his job description anymore. I think, yeah, he's going to be one of the anchors of that defense. He is definitely an enforcer, but I think he's going to have more responsibility than just run around and knocking people's heads off, and that responsibility is going to have to come in coverage as well. So I want you guys to get down in the comments. Let me know how much trust do you have in Johnathan Abram as being a starter on this team, and if you don't have any confidence at all, just put that down in the comments. Man, if you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on this channel, well, damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Both are at Raider Honcho. And until the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.